fell in love with a rich attorney's elderly ugly daughter. All right, stack the works of Mr. Dickens all together, will you? They seem to have wandered. Of course, it is just possible my son's been reading them. And the novels of Trollope, if you come across them. You'll soon get used to her look, said he, and a very nice girl you'll find her. She could very well pass for 43 in the dusk with the light behind her. Always do his spring cleaning to music, Annie. You must have learned some good songs at school.
Not as funny as that, sir. Hymns mostly.
And books, eh? Do you read many books?
None right through as I recall. Not that I went in for schooling much.
Well, have a go at some of these if you're careful. Better than the Servants' Magazine, anyway. Don't turn the pages with wet fingers. Don't turn the corners down to mark your place. And don't leave them lying about in the kitchen. That's all. Apart from that, I won't have them touched. If I let Mrs. Tandy near them, she'd rearrange them all. I should never be able to find what I needed. Your brothers and sisters going to school regularly now, Annie?
Depends. They each has to take tuppence for teacher. And if it's been spent before Monday, they stop off a week. Do you want these next, sir?
Yeah, thank you. It might be wise to warn your parents, Annie, that they must send their children to school now. Otherwise, they could be in trouble.
What sort of trouble?
With the law. You see, 6 years ago, local boards were set up to make schooling possible everywhere. A local mill owner by the name of Foster worked it all out. He was Member of Parliament for Bradford. Came to dinner here once. And some children miss their chances. You, for instance. Well, first of all, we had a struggle to get you walking. And then I know you're often kept at home to look after the little ones. Well, now Lord Sandon is making school attendance compulsory.
You'll never make our Matt go.
How old is he now?
He's 10.
It could be a 5-shilling fine if he doesn't.
He can earn more and that'd be not going.
No.
Very nice, dear. I shall have these framed and they may be turned to good account. I shall put them on a stall at the missionary bazaar and they may raise a few pence to help little African boys and girls.
Thank you, Mamma. But I wish I could do some proper study and learn something useful like Edmund.
Now, it is becoming for a young lady to be knowledgeable with university ambitions and such nonsense. How can a blue stocking hope to find a husband?
But, Mamma, surely no man likes a stupid woman.
You need not be stupid, Sarah. If you have a modest manner and are known for your Christian virtues and accomplishments, you will be thought clever enough and do very well in company.
Accomplishments. Being able to sew a bit and draw a bit and play the piano a bit and recite poetry a bit. I don't think it is enough, Mamma.
Well, we must allow the gentlemen to be the judge of that, dear. And they fight shy of blue stockings, believe me. How did you enjoy Mr. Shelley's poetry?
Oh, there's a very exciting poem called The Mask of Anarchy I wanted to ask you about.
I don't think I know that one.
I'll read some to you. And if then the tyrants dare, let them ride among you there. Slash and stab and maim and hew. What they like, that let them do. There's a note to say it was written when Shelley was in Italy and heard about something which made him terribly angry. The Manchester Massacre. What was that, Mamma?
I'm not really very sure. It sounds very unpleasant. Why do you choose such bloodthirsty pieces?
But, Mamma, you must know. Manchester isn't very far away.
It was in your grandparents' time, and people spoke of it as Peterloo. Why don't you read me something pretty, like the one about the skylark?
Dressing gown, cricket trousers, cricket cap and shirt.
Eddie, do you know about the Battle of Peterloo?
Was it Greek or Roman? You don't mean Waterloo?
It was in Manchester.
Oh no, I only know about classical battles and famous battles. I say, I wish you could come to boarding school with me.
Do you?
Well, yes, I mean, it's all very well you writing cribs in my textbook, but you're not going to be around to do the English back into Latin, are you?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I'll miss you being around altogether.
No, you won't. You'll have heaps of friends.
Yes, I know. There'll be team games every afternoon. I shall do as much sport and as little work as possible. I say, why didn't you ask Papa if you can go to day school? There's a young ladies' collegiate just opened on Bradley Moor. It's quite big, at least a dozen girls. Earnshaw's sister goes.
Mamma would never allow it. She's afraid I'll grow too knowledgeable to catch her husband.
Look, Mamma is the dearest creature on earth, but just a mite old-fashioned. Look, shall I go round and ask for a prospectus and give it to Papa?
Eddie, would you?
Do you dare me?
Oh, I dare you right enough.
Oh, look who's here. Hello, Matt. Tommy, love. Can you say your letters, are you? See your tables like a real big boy. Mrs. Tandy sent some giblets and a leftover marmalade pudding. Oh, and the ratafia is what want eating up. Here, would you like a biscuit?
Oh, thanks, honey.
Everything all right at home?
Run along, Tommy. Come on. Come on, run on. It's hard. Ma still not back at work after having baby. It's getting better though, this one. I'm sending Florence behind me to live with Aunt Thursday in Sheffield. I'm not out this lunch yet.
She'll have them cutting and grinding fancy buttons every night and morning. She did me.
Well, if she hasn't had to bed late, they can catch up while they sleep at school. Hey, Auntie, go. Class B1 back, magistrate.
I know it's low. Will you be able to bear it?
Oh, aye. His name's Mr. Entus, the teacher here. He lets you have a sleep as long as you don't make a fool out of him when your spectre comes. I might drop in this afternoon.
You're tired, Matt.
I'm fine. My head's a bit thick, that's all. I had too many swallows of beer last night. It'll call on them streets.
You want to be careful. Besides, Mrs. Tandy won't be sending you marmalade pudding if she knew you drank.
I can't concentrate with so much bad temper in the room, Sarah.
I hate buttonholing. I wish someone would invent another way to make clothes fasten.
You could always stick your frocks on with glue. That's better. Shall I hear you read now or after tea?
Oh, now, Papa. There's a report of a meeting about women having the right to vote.
Oh, have pity on me, child.
No, listen. Miss Cobb, in a speech of some ability, though some bitterness, maintained that women are oppressed by their inferior status. That in the higher classes at least, they are more or less turned into toys and creatures of luxury. Shall I go on?
There's no need. What's the matter?
Papa, may I go to school?
You see, Miss Alsop, Mamma is not very well and Papa is busy, so I've come to inquire if you have any vacancies.
But this is an establishment for young ladies. You should have read the brass plate outside more carefully.
Not for me, Ma'am, for my sister. She has a very sweet nature and quite a good head for Latin.
Then you may take a copy of my prospectus. I model my course of education on the work of Miss Buss in North London. We study scripture first and foremost, naturally. Then history and geography, language and literature, both English and French. Singing, arithmetic, plain and ornamental needlework, drawing and the principles of perspective. And your sister may take other lessons at a moderate additional charge. Dancing, for instance. But I should need to discuss these with your mamma. Perhaps I may call on her to explain further.
Oh, no, thank you, Miss Alsop. That won't be necessary. I'm sure we have more than enough information here already.
Sherry should be sipped, young man.
Why are you grinning?
I enjoyed that.
You're not here to enjoy yourself. Every minute of time at school must be spent in work, especially in your case, lad. When you first put in an appearance 3 years ago, you were in Standard 1. And here you are again, still in Standard 1. And you'll stop in Standard 1 until you can do your 12 times 6 tables. Ooh, if only you'd come more often. John, give Fairhurst a copybook, a pen and a reading primer. And take your cap off, lad. Where do you think you are?
Do you want to sit here?
No, he does not want to sit there. He's on the staff, is John. Now this half can do silent reading while this half has the pens. Right, open your copybooks.
This half, open your reading books.
Pick up your pens. Write what's on the board. Copper plate and no blots. I know you've learnt that book by heart, Dauber, but you'll oblige me when the inspector comes by holding it right way up.
What has she been doing?
Only the most gentle calisthenics, Doctor. Exercises to develop a graceful body.
It's played havoc with her pulse and respiration system. And it's her clothes. They can't be expected to live a active school life wearing tight corsets.
I know. I shall have to educate the mothers as well as the daughters in this regard. Feeling better, dear? Run along and loosen your stays. Doctor's orders. It doesn't matter in the least what happens to your waist measurement. Will you take some sherry wine? Your son seemed to find it agreeable. He has charming manners.
My son? Edmund?
I shall be most happy to accept his sister as a pupil.
A pupil? Here? Sarah?
I think they intended to surprise you.
Question, what is heat?
That which produces a sensation of warmth.
No, don't bother with scientific questions, John. Doesn't earn us any grants, does it, boy? Now, Fairhurst, listen to me. If you have any trouble answering questions when the inspector comes, just watch me. Hands by my side means add. Behind my back, subtract. Arms folded means multiply. Yes, well, you won't have to do division in Standard 1. Go on, John.
Question, if Isaac has 10 camels and Ishmael has 5 camels, how many camels altogether?
Yes, Fairhurst?
15 camels, sir.
Go on, John.
Question, if 6 naughty children each stole 4 green apples, how many altogether?
Yes?
Sir is answering apples or children.
The answer might well be in collywobbles for all you know, lad. Well, you may laugh.
Good intentions are no excuse for lying, young sir. And I shall decide Sarah's future, not you.
I'm sorry, Papa.
You should think before accepting a dare. Especially at boarding school. You may find discipline more severe there than at home.
Yes, sir.
William, he won't be beaten at school, will he?
Not hard, I trust. You'll submit to reasonable discipline, Edmund. But if there are floggings and birchings, let me know immediately. One does hear rumours. Silly lies are bad enough, but cruelty is worse. So see you keep out of trouble. The subject is closed.
Thank you, Papa.
If Sarah goes to school, she won't be harmed, will she? They shall not beat Sarah.
Oh, dear me, no. If she drops a pin, she will be scolded, And if she does it twice, she will be expelled. That's all.
Oh, I am looking forward to it.
I cannot imagine why. Fees of 3 guineas a quarter. Books and stationery to be purchased at a moderate charge. Tuition for 5 hours a day. It seems hardly worth spending all that time and money on a mere girl.
Well, if she doesn't take it seriously, she can always stay at home and make buttonholes.
Look at this. The left-hand side is supposed to match the right-hand side. Glover. Oh, and this scribbling. That curve is as flat as if a pig had sat on it. Bins. And what's this? Fairhurst, when you have a drawing lesson, you'll draw what I tell you to draw. Be warned, laddie. There's a little surprise in store for you all today. The inspector's coming. Yes, I thought that'd make you all sit up. It's Judgment Day, Fairhurst. He'll look in that register and test you on what you know. And dunces and truants get put across the school Bible for a taste of this.
What's stopping him then?
Don't worry, you'll survive.
Here, give the picture, I'm off.
Catch him, John. Can't have him absent.
Hey, Bears, come back! Hey, come back! Mr. Edgerton wants you!
Oh, you didn't catch me?
No,
And you don't know where I am?
no.
Right then. How old are you? 12. You're a proper teacher then, are you?
I'm a monitor. It's a job.
You get paid for it.
Aye, every quarter day, 30 shillings.
And if Standard 1 don't pass examinations, you and old entrants don't get paid, right?
Not as simple as that. There's a money grant for all the pupils who pass in reading, writing and arithmetic. Then there's 4 shillings a head for those who come regular.
Well, I'm not going back, even for money.
Oh, you wouldn't get it. You're supposed to pay a bit for your lessons, not be paid for doing them. The money's to keep the school going.
It's not fair. You get paid.
Aye, but next year I sign on as a pupil teacher for 5 years. You sure you'll not come back?
Never.
Take off that locket, dear. We have a rule against unnecessary ornaments. Keep the list of rules with you at all times, then you will know if you've done anything wrong. If you speak during a lesson, or hang your boot bag up by 1 loop instead of 2, you must write it in this book and sign your name. It is a profound disgrace to appear twice on the same page. Have you any questions, dear?
Yes, please, Miss Alsop. Do you know about the Battle of Peterloo?
Of course. Sit down, dear, without letting the chair scrape, and I'll tell you.